So today's video, as you might see by the title or by the thumbnail or whatever, is an attempt to recreate Khloe Kardashian's Glamour Mexico Magazine cover. In the cover she had quite a smoky eye, lashes, thin brows, heavy grey contour, little highlight, but I decided to put some on anyway because why not? And purple lips with a little bit of gloss in the middle, but I just switched it up and made it metallic instead. And yeah, I hope you really like this look, and let's go on with the tutorial. So I'm going to start by using the primer that I nearly always use. It's the Nivea Men's Sensitive Post Shave Balm. If you've seen like nearly any video, you know that you have to rub it in to make it tacky. I'm just using this so that the foundation truly sticks to the skin. I believe that a matte finish is more effective that way. So I'm just going to rub this all over my face. And then on top of that, I'm going to be using the Lancome Visionaire primer. This primer is supposed to correct the skin and even out wrinkles, pores and unevenness within the skin, and because her skin looks pretty much flawless, I'm going to do the same to my skin. Just concentrate it in the areas needed. For foundation, I'm going to be using a mixture of the NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint, which is in the lighter shade 0, and I'm going to be mixing that with the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation in the shade 120. I'm mixing the two because I like, this has my right colour and it has a really good finish, but it's just not as full coverage as the foundation she was wearing. So I'm just mixing a little bit of this for some more full coverage. So I'm going to add another layer to this to get extra full coverage because it's still a little bare. You can still see my freckles a little bit. You can still see redness around here. But before I put on another layer, I'm going to spray with MAC Fix Plus and then wait for it to set and then go in again. So next, to prep the lips, I'm taking the Lancome Juicy Shaker in Freedom of Peach. Looking at the image I have here, she has like a really quite a grey contour around the face, but because I'm quite pale, I want to add just a little bit of a bronze, just like a tiny bit. Because she's got such a large scale contour, I'm going to do my contour a little bit thicker than I normally would. She has a rounder shaped face than me as well, so I'm going to do a contour all along the jawline and make my face look as round as possible as well. So, going in first with the contour stick. Use both a Beauty Blender and the MAC 130 brush to blend this out. So to make the face even rounder, I'm going to put a bit of bronze on the forehead, a bit more, and just a bit more up on the cheek. Looking at her face, her highlight from underneath her eyes is kind of like this. I mean cream highlight, like concealer. Kind of, it's not like in the middle, but it goes like from the top of the cheek outwards. She's got a bit under the chin and a bit under her contour. On her nose, definitely I still have to contour the nose. And she has it on her brow bone and above her brow. The highlight I'm going to use is the Stila shade Shape and Shade Custom Contour Duo in light, and I'm going to use the lighter shade. And I'm just going to use the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Dual Airbrush Concealer Brush. So I'm just picking it up on this end, which is like a flat brush. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Lyric, which is this yellow shade from the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. And just take a lot of that in. And just go in that same area that I highlighted, so not too close to the inner corner of the eye. So with her brows, she has quite dark, skinny brows. So I'm going to go in with a dark brow color. She's got quite a nice arch too. She has similar eyebrows to me, but like a lot thinner. So I'm not going to try and go thick with these brows. I'm going to try and go as thin as possible. So first up, I'm just brushing through them. The other thing that Khloe has is when she's in the face on photo, she's got one brow that has a slightly higher arch, so does mine. So I'm just going to slightly emphasize the high arch a bit more. The way you do the skinny brows is, although your brows may be thicker, you draw the line of the where you want the eyebrow skinnier than where your hairs start. So my hairs on my left eyebrow, just to zoom you in, my hairs on my left eyebrow start about here, but I have drawn the line here about 1/2 centimeter up, and that gives the illusion of skinnier brows. And also when I highlight, conceal the brows, I can also cut off like a bit of the brow hair that's a bit longer and a bit more noticeable to get a really skinnier brow. Just going to set that with the same highlighting shade Lyric from the Shape and Light palette. Now moving on to my favorite, maybe second favorite part of this look, which is the eyeshadow. Now she's got a really nice smoky eye going on, so I'm going to prep my eyelids with the Benefit Air Patrol primer. I love the primer, it's just I can never get it out properly. Like, it always messes up somehow. I'm going to map it out with a brown, like a light brown, grey contour colour here, and then go brown and then black, because that's what it seems to be. It seems to be brown on the outest edge sort of thing and black smoked around. So I'm taking the Shade and Light, the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palette, and I'm going to lay down the grey first, all across the lid, going from that little grey wing inwards. And that's going to be my base colour. And from here, I'm going to be taking a grey tone brown, so I'm going to be mixing, first going in with this brown colour, this one, and then I'm going to go in with the darker grey brown colour of the palette. Now you can use any browns really, I just feel like the grey tone brown is more of this look than the warm tone brown. So I'm just layering that on top, like directly on top of that grey. So I'm just going to recruit another blending brush. This time it's going to be the MAC 286, and I'm just blending out the smoky. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all those 3 colours and smoke it into the lash line. And now it's go time with the black. So to begin with, I'm just going to get a packing brush. This one to be precise, which is the MAC 283. And I'm just going to pack this black on, just on the very, like a tiny amount, because as soon as you go overboard you lose the whole smoky effect. So I'm just taking it here, and then I'm just taking it a little bit here. So mind the fact that it's 2 hours later because my camera battery ran out. The next step is lashes. So I'm taking these Eyelaw London Exaggerate number 149 lashes. I tried really hard to find what the exact lashes that she was wearing. I noticed that there was something between a wispy and just a normal full lash. Using an angled brush, I really needed a new one. This one's terrible. This one is by Beauty Essentials, which is like the Target brand. I'm taking the grey colour Subconscious from the Kat Von D palette, and I'm just going over where I cream contoured before. And then on the top I'm going to take more of this, it's called Shadow Play. It's more of an orange red tone, and I'm just putting this solely on the forehead. Going to take this blending brush, the green one that we used, the MAC 286 that we used earlier on the eyes, and I'm just taking some of that grey and I'm making it make my cheeks more defined. I'm also going to take it down the nose. I'm just going to put a tad more yellow powder underneath the eyes and just a bit on the chin just to redefine that. She doesn't look like she's wearing a lot of highlight in this photo, but I can definitely see some on a tiny bit of the cheek, more in the center, and a tiny bit on the nose and on the brow bone. So I'm going to do all of that right now, and I'm going to be taking Crushed Pearl, just Crushed Pearl, from the Anastasia Glow Kit in Gleam, just because she's wearing quite a white natural highlight. Taking this quite dense packing brush, and although you'd think it's really dense, it just gets it on really well. So I'm just putting it here. It's going to take my good old Better Than Sex mascara and just coat the lashes a little bit just so that they blend into each other. So I found out what the lip colour was, and thankfully I have one of the colours. So the colour that I have is Court K. So the colour that she did was Court K with a Tom Ford, either a Tom Ford lipstick or a Tom Ford lip gloss. So what I'm doing instead is I'm going to line my lips with Court K and maybe even fill it in a bit around the side, and then put Rain over the whole lips. I have Rain here. I'm just going to top it off. I think I'm done. I think this is as close as I'm going to get to the look. So with that, there you have it. That's my little Khloe Kardashian Glamour Mexico Magazine cover inspired tutorial. I say inspired because I didn't look that much like her at all, but I think I did pretty well in trying to recreate the look. So with that, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Bye.